Hey guys, just a quick one on that opening chord from my video yesterday. D minor 6/9. Just one of the many beautiful chords you can construct from a D melodic minor scale. If you want something pretty to play over this chord, start off with a D melodic minor scale. Also try a B minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio. It's the same thing as a D minor 6. Now the great thing about seeing this as two separate things, you know, the D minor 6 and the B minor 7 flat 5, is we can have it function two different ways. We can have it as the 1 in the key of D minor, our tonic minor sound, or we could have it as the 2 in the key of A minor, 2, 5, 1. So we have B minor 7 flat 5, E7, A minor. We can have all of those voicings functioning now as the 2 chord, as the B minor 7 flat 5. So we could go. And then we can take those scales we looked at, D melodic minor, move it up a minor third. That's an E7 altered voicing, back to A minor. Just some cool little things to think about. Okay guys, you asked for it, it's about to get extremely nerdy. Let's take a C minor 6. Let's invert it. That's just the middle 4 strings. I'd recommend doing the same on your top strings. And on your bottom strings you can get some really nice voicings. Okay, now be aware that all of those chords contain notes from the C melodic minor scale. Like any other scale, if you were to harmonize that, you'd end up with 7 unique chords. But if you were to add one additional note, in this case the sharpened 5th, you get an octatonic scale, 8-note scale as opposed to 7. Some people call this the bebop minor scale. Barry Harris calls it the minor 6th diminished scale. The reason for that is now if you were to harmonize it like any other scale, you're only going to get 2 chords. You're going to get a C minor 6, then off the 2nd degree, D diminished 7. Off the 3rd degree, C minor 6 again, but in first inversion. Off the 4th degree, F diminished 7, which is simply an inversion of D diminished 7. Off the 5th, C minor 6 again, 2nd inversion. Off the sharpened 5th, A flat diminished, which is the same as F diminished, and D diminished. And then the 3rd inversion, C minor 6, the one with the 6 in the bass. And then you've got the major 7th in the bass. This is giving you a B diminished, which again is the same as A flat diminished, F diminished, and D diminished. So now what you're going to end up with is just an ascending run of 2 chords back and forth, inverting along the way. C minor 6, D diminished, 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 C minor 6. Okay, now do the same thing on all of your string sets, for example the top 4 strings. Now of course you want to learn to do that in all 12 keys. The next key I would do though would be F minor. That will prepare you for the next video. Here are your F minors on the middle 4 strings. top 4 strings. Okay, so let's pick up where we left off in yesterday's video. You've got your C minors, you've got your F minors, and some of those nice diminished chords in between. Okay, so let's take a typical minor turnaround. Let's do C minor, C7, F minor, G7. So there are 2 perfect cadences in that progression. You've got a 5-1 in F minor, C7, F minor. Then you've got a 5-1 in C minor, G7 to C minor. If we look at that properly through the lens of being in the key of C minor, we'd say C minor is 1, C7 is the 5 of 4, F minor being 4, then G7 is the actual 5 taking us back to C minor. So one quick point about yesterday's chord scales: C minor 6, there's our 1, D diminished 7, this is functioning as 5, this is essentially a fancy G7, but with a flat 9. Beautiful extension to add on a G7, especially in a minor key. So D diminished 7 is just a fancy G7. So really what we have in this progression is 1, 5, inversion of 1, inversion of 5, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1. It's really just C minor, G7, C minor, G7 over and over again. Okay, now with that in mind, let's run this through our minor turnaround we looked at. C minor 6, C7, F minor 6, G7, back to C minor 6. If we run that through the inversions, we're going to get some really nice sequences. C minor 6 first inversion, C7 first inversion, F minor 6, G7. Okay, I'll leave you to explore that in various keys, and I'll see you in the next one. Afternoon, everybody. So we're going to do the final installment of this lesson on the Barry Harris scale, or the 6th diminished scale. Let's make it major this time. So last time we had our C minor 6s. We had our diminished chords in between. All of those are functioning as G7 flat 9. So it's a 5-1 in C minor, essentially. So if we take our C minor 6, figure out where the flattened 3rd is, the B string, raise that a semitone. Now we have C major 6, or just C6 for short. If we do that with all of the inversions, we're going to get this. Put the diminished back in between, those are all unchanged. Now we have 5-1 in C over and over. C major, G7, C major, G7, C major, G7, C major, G7, C major. All of those voicings sound absolutely lovely on the lowest string set as well. Let's try a different key, key of G. Now the final thing I'm going to mention for now is the multi-dimensional aspect to all of these. These can be so many different things. Let's go back to C on the middle strings. C6. This is also A minor 7. A minor 7. A minor 7. Clearly A minor 7. You'll recognize that shape, I'm sure. So as well as having C6s, we also have a bunch of cool A minor 7 voicings now as well. And all those diminished chords, as well as being the 5 in the key of C, functioning as G7, they're also all E7s, which would be the 5 in the key of A minor. So A minor 7, E7, A minor 7, E7, and so on. You got 5-1 in the major key of C, and then 5-1 in its relative minor of A minor. Pretty amazing. Now take that same thought process and apply it to all those minor sixths that we've been exploring. C minor 6 is also A minor 7 flat 5. So you got a bunch of voicings for A minor 7 flat 5 here. They're also all voicings for F9. So F dominant 7 with a 9 added. These things are truly multi-purpose. You know, there's a lot of uses for these things. Explore all of that stuff we've covered. Ask me if you've got any questions. And the next video we're going to do a chord melody using all of the stuff we've covered. Here's a chord melody using nothing but the things we've learned in the past few mini lessons. It's for an old tune called I Surrender Dear, and it's in D minor.